Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the BRI, which is the Black Research Institute, where we're here and we're committed to solving the problems. My name is Denoris Wilson. I'm your host for the night, and tonight I got another special guest who has an amazing story, entrepreneur. Um, she is a driven, dedicated individual that should be able that should inspire a lot of us. So we're gonna run the intro. I am actually waiting for her to come into the studio, but by the time we finish the intro and all that, she should be here. So stay tuned, and I introduce tonight's guest.
Up, everybody. You reached DJ Pink Diamond of DCS Entertainment. Just want to wish everybody a happy holiday. And also, you rocking with Denoris Wilson of the BRI, which is Black Research Institute. Stay tuned.
Okay, and we're back. Once again, you are tuned in to the BRI, which is the Black Research Institute. Tonight's guest is an entrepreneur, a survivor, a fighter, a person who is driven, focused, and without further ado, from Face Love University, I'd like to introduce you to Miss Tamika Bruce.
Thank you. Hello, how are you? I'm well,
doing good.
You.
I before we start, I ask all my guests the same question. Are you being safe?
I definitely am.
Okay.
I'm definitely being
good.
safe.
You know, my grandmother always say any day above ground is a good day.
Yes, I'm taking my sea moss and my vitamin D. That's as safe as I could get right now.
Okay. All right. So also before we get involved, tell the people a little bit about Miss Tamika Bruce. Don't go too in depth because we got to say something for the interview, Tamika.
Right. I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I do not work behind the chair. I rather do and teach specialty services. So I cater to the underserved cosmetologist, the esthetician, where most classes and courses, they'll give you a foundational knowledge. But in everything, especially in dealing with people in the service industry, you're going to have some issues. So I try to teach them the skills to combat those things and to prevent those types of things.
Okay. So when you say you're a licensed cosmetologist and esthetician, correct?
I'm a cosmetologist, and esthetician falls under the licensure of a cosmetologist in the state of Maryland.
Okay. So how long you been doing cosmetology?
I got my license in 2013.
2013. And what was your inspiration for going into cosmetology?
Actually, I did not know that I was even going to like it. The only reason why I got my license is because at the time, it was a program being offered in federal prison, and it was the only thing that I felt suited me. I knew I was not going to weld when I went home. I knew I was not going to plumb, be nobody's plumber when I went home. And so I got on the list for cosmetology.
Okay. So we're not gonna try to skip over that fact that you said there was a program in federal penitentiary. Oh, and I like your cup. I need one of those cups. I need one of those cups. So I
Yes,
like your cup.
yes.
Yeah, I need one of those. But we're not gonna browse over that. So when you say you was in the federal penitentiary, I don't care about what you did. Like that is neither here nor there, right? But when you went in the federal penitentiary, the day that you went in, what were your thoughts?
The day that I went in, the day I actually got to federal prison, it was the day before Thanksgiving, 2008. And it was just like something new to me. So I was petrified. I did not know the living arrangement, the sleeping arrangement, if they had roaches, rats, or spiders, or anything worse. And so it was really scary.
I know. I trust me. I know. Now, how long did it take for you to adjust?
Um, for me to adjust and figure out how I was going to actually live within the walls, it took me about 2 years.
Yeah, it's about that.
It took
It's
me
about
about two
that.
years.
Okay, and so that'll take us to 2010.
Right.
So from 2000, so from 2010 to 2013, what were you doing? I
From
know you were
2000,
incarcerated, but I know you were incarcerated, but in that incarceration, what were you doing? Were you trying to
I
find out
was
what to do? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
okay. Well, what I did was I was actually taking every course I could take. If they offered card making, I was going to make a card. If they offered a receptionist course, I was going to take it. I took every class that they had and I taught a few. And so I learned about nutrition and health because I was like, oh, I have a 10-year sentence. I'm going into prison at 29. I'm going to come out 40. I could just imagine how my health was going to deteriorate. And so I really focused on remaining healthy while incarcerated. I
Okay.
worked
And
out.
then right, right. And then 2013 comes around and they have this course for cosmetology. And the rest is history, right?
Right. I actually started September. In my purse. I actually started September of 2012, and I graduated December of 13.
Wow. Now, when you graduated, because I told my wife this, because for you to do that much time in jail, basically 10 years, and you came out in 17, and it's just say, let's, for the sake of time or what I say, it's 2021 now. So in less than 4 years, you have established a brand, not just an item, a brand.
Yes.
You have established a brand. You got your website up and running, and I'm gonna make sure that they see it. You got your website up and running. You teach classes. Like, how did you do that in such a short time? Like, what was driving you to do that in such like
It seems like a short time because that's only what everyone saw. From the second I got into cosmetology, from the second I was approved and I was officially in, I started thinking about what I was going to do, how I was going to use my licensure to make my life better and to make a name for myself. Because working for others, I realized how much money I made them. And also selling drugs, I realized how much money I made other people.
right.
And so I said, I need to do something to make this amount of money for myself because I know how to generate money. I know how to generate large sums of money. So I should just make a plan to generate large sums of money for myself versus generating large sums of money for others. And I'm getting broke off the little crumbs of like the residue. And I'm doing the hard work. So I decided that I was going to do the hard work for Tamika Bruce instead of this major corporation, this kingpin. So I decided that I was going to work that hard for me.
Nice. I've always said I was in corporate America. I haven't had a job in work. I haven't. No, let me rephrase that. I haven't worked for someone else in 20 years because 20 years ago, I said to myself, if they can afford to pay me $70,000, then I gotta be worth 100,000.
Exactly.
Like I gotta be worth that. So I'm gonna go try to get that. I ain't got it yet, but I'm trying. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Exactly.
still. But what I do have is that I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm happy. So
Yes.
and that's the beauty of it, you know. So you started working. You came out. You hit the ground running. What was the first thing that you did to establish your brand?
The first thing I did to establish my brand was I took an additional training in mink eyelash extensions, which is my specialty service. But like I said, my story, with cosmetology and becoming a beautician started way before 2017 of my release. It started in 2013 and I just kept it alive. I kept thinking about it. I kept giving it energy. I wrote a business plan. I revised my business plan. I wrote how I wanted my shop to look. If I had to start with this much money, or that much money. I just continuously thought about my brand and building my brand and what it would look like and what it would mean to me and what it would mean to others. And so for a long time, I actually pressed my bunk and created my brand. It was its own energy and entity before I left prison because I talked about it so much.
And didn't you say like the other prisoners was telling you it felt like it already existed?
Yes, they said it feels like it already exists. And that's when I knew that it would exist, because to me it felt like it already existed for sure. But for someone else to say that to me, that's like brand recognition. And if I'm getting brand recognition inside of the gate, I was just like, wow, imagine what I can do when I have access to this, that, and all I have access to is what others can send me in. And
right.
so
you know who you were at that moment?
Who?
You were Eddie Murphy in life, talking about Ray's Boom Boom Room.
Mm-hmm.
That's who you were. You were Eddie Murphy.
Exactly who I was.
You were Eddie Murphy. You were talking about Ray's Boom Boom Room, and Goldmar say, "Shut up."
Yes.
And so listen. When I did my stretch, I had told myself that I wasn't coming out of there the way that I went in there. Like that wasn't gonna happen. So, about halfway in, I started going to college.
Mm-hmm.
Like I started going to college, and I told my friend, who's my best friend now, and I met him while I was in the federal colleges. That's what I like to call it.
Exactly.
They federal colleges, because I
if
learned
you do it right, it definitely is.
Right. So I told him, I said, man, when I get out of here, I'm going to school. Like I'm gonna get my degree. I'm going to school. And to this day, he tells me, Derek Leffridge, that's his name. That's my boy. Derek Leffridge, aka he said, "You the only dude that I know that told me that what he was gonna do when he got out and did it." Right, and did it. Because people don't understand. Prison ain't hard. It ain't like it's
damn
hard.
show ain't easy.
It ain't easy. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. And you ain't getting that time back. Like that it's a wrap for that.
Right.
So that means when you get out, you can't waste no time.
You can't.
Like you can't waste no time. And I don't see you wasting no time. Ain't no grass growing underneath your feet.
Definitely not. And when people tell me that I'm not working hard enough, because I do like to keep a circle of entrepreneurs, and they're like, "Oh, well, you're not working hard enough. Oh, you're still in the bed at this time. Oh, you're this, you're that." I laugh at them.
Mm-hmm.
I laugh at them because I work extremely hard. And since I am the face and I am everything for my business, there are a lot of things that I can do from my laptop in my bed. So when you think I'm not working, I'm still working.
Let me tell you something that I find admirable in you. So You went to prison in 2008.
Yes.
Now, what we're doing right now, this podcast and this live and this virtual and all the things that you can do with a computer, that wasn't happening back then.
Exactly.
Like that was not happening. Like 2008, you'd be lucky if you was able to download a ringtone on your phone.
The iPhone 1, the original iPhone, had just dropped.
Right. So now think about that. You came out to a world that was totally different from the world that you
left.
That it was, yeah, right. But you adjusted. Because when I hear you say there's things that I can do on my laptop that I can, like somebody who has been incarcerated for 10 years, it's a big learning curve for them to even like work a computer.
Oh, it definitely is. It's like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Because I need to phone a friend, ask the audience. It definitely is. Because believe me, the thing is, even things that I knew how to do before, the icons had changed. And so I didn't know the new icon or the new symbol, or that you could add this to this and make this that. And so it's definitely a learning curve. And I definitely have to phone a friend, ask the audience, and everything else.
Gotta use all your lifelines.
I have to use all my lifelines.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you a funny story, and I know my cousin probably gonna be upset that I tell you this story. So he did 11 years in, right? And we was in Connecticut, and he came home, and he lived underneath me, and I just kept hearing his phone ringing. His phone was ringing all the time. So then he walked upstairs and knocked on the door. He said, "Deanie, man, could you answer this phone for me?" It was a cordless phone, and he didn't know how to cut it on.
Oh man.
Because he had never seen a cordless phone before.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Right? And I joked with him about that, but that's real.
That's definitely real. That's definitely real.
Like that's real. And now for me to see you and like your website looked like you've been doing this for 10, 15 years. Like it ain't a starter website. It's a beautiful website. It's not and I'm a graphic designer. So naturally, when I go to somebody's website, I'm trying to find out what's wrong with it.
Right, where are the flaws?
I'm trying to figure out what's wrong, but ain't nothing wrong with. There's nothing wrong with your website. It's straight to the point. It's clean. I listen, man. I'm envious of the person who designed it. Like it's
and
nice.
That too was a learning curve because I had a site that I absolutely hated at first. And so now I have a site that I absolutely love.
I love your site. I think it fits what you're trying to do.
Thank you.
I think it fits because see when a lot of people think about your industry, they actually think about busyness. You know what I mean? Like beauty doesn't necessarily have to mean that your face is beat.
Right. That's why I didn't wear much makeup today. That's why I only put on lipstick because I do not want to create the image of beauty being women who wear makeup or who don't wear makeup. Your beauty is specific to you.
To you, exactly.
Yes. And so no one can tell you what beauty is to you.
Right.
For me, it's just working on yourself and letting the inside show outwardly, and then that's where the real beauty is. Right. If you ask me, we're just trying to enhance the positive. We're not trying to recreate the wheel.
That's true. That's true. So I would gather that when ladies come to see you and they land down and they getting their eyelashes done, they getting some words of wisdom too, ain't they?
I have been called everything, counselor, everything. They say I need my therapy. I need my counseling session. And so, yes, if they're not a busy mom who is taking their 2 hours of lashing to take a quick nap, we're definitely having an in-depth conversation about everything in my life, everything in their life, and we're just sharing stories back and forth like roommates or sisters or cousins or best friends. All my clients are my friends. They're all my friends.
I feel the same way. I feel the same way. Like, especially when you connect with them so often, right? Like you
Yes.
connect with them so often. You know their kids' names, you know their birthdays, you know what they like to drink, what they don't like to drink, you know their favorite football team, favorite basketball team. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
like they friends, but they more family too.
Right.
They family. And I look, man, I am honored that a lot of people decide to use my services because they could go anywhere else. Like
Exactly.
I'm totally honored. And when I looked at your site, I just know that you are appreciative, right? Like you are appreciative of anybody that decides to use your services, and as it shows in your presentation.
Thank you.
It definitely does, and it shows in you here tonight. Like, you know, you have some people, and they may be good at what they do. They may be excellent at what they do, but they gotta let you know it.
Right.
They gotta
And that for me, that takes all the fun away.
right.
If I have to tell you how wonderful my services are, how wonderful this is, how wonderful that is, it's okay. But for someone else to tell you how great it is, or to tell me that it really changed their lives, like my slogan now is lashes change lives, because so many women, you know, they come to me and they stop wearing makeup. They stop wearing so much makeup. They just feel pretty when they wake up in the morning. They're taking more selfies than ever and posting them to Facebook. It's just a real self-esteem boost. And so we always say, my clients and I, lashes change lives, lashes change lives. And sometimes I use that hashtag because lashes really change lives. Lashes, yes, they are very trendy, but they're not going anywhere anytime soon. And so I like to, and in Maryland, if you didn't know, you do not need to be a licensed cosmetologist or esthetician to install mink eyelash extensions.
Okay.
And so a lot of states you do have to be a cosmetologist or esthetician. Maryland, you don't. And so that's a real, you know, great thing here. And that they're keeping it that way for this long, because that means there hasn't been like a lot of incidents or things going on. Because if you're not properly trained and you're just out here trying to do something on your own without guidance or mentor or proper training, then you can make mistakes and mess up and make the industry look bad. But yeah, I think a lot of, you know, people who are just certified lash artists really take it seriously, and they're getting the proper training.
So now you don't just like install them. You teach people how to install them too, right?
Oh yes, definitely, definitely. Because I feel like this: I can lash 1,000,000 people, or I could teach 10,000 and let them lash the 1,000,000.
I got so many monikers for you. You like the Carlton Sheets of eyelashes. You know how Carlton Sheets say, look, I'm gonna teach you how to buy these houses.
Yes, yes.
You know, so and that's great. Me personally, I can't teach. I don't have the patience. Like,
And
you got to have patience to teach.
you definitely do, and it's something I absolutely love it. I absolutely love teaching. When I was a waitress, I love training other servers. It's just like I love showing people how to do something the correct way. Because if someone else shows you, they might not show you the right way. I want to show you the right way. And so, you know, because I feel like if you know the foundation and you have a solid foundation, then you can change the system, improve on the system, or whatever you want to do. But you can't come in trying to circumvent the system before you know the system.
Know the system. That's right.
So I want to teach you the system. Whatever you do with it after that is between you and your client. But I want you to have a foundation so that you can change the system, improve on the system, create a new product.
Right.
And so with the proper foundation,
Go ahead with the proper foundation. Go ahead.
Yeah, with the proper foundation, you're able to do that. And so that's where my love for it comes in, is preparing my trainees with that proper foundation.
Now, but isn't that sort of counterproductive though?
To teach people how to do something well?
No, I'm just saying, like, teach people how to do something well that you do.
You've never seen Wendy say, "Oh, I'm not going to park right here next to McDonald's." Anytime you pull up, there's a KFC, Taco Bell, a Pizza Hut, a McDonald's, and a Wendy's. Because sometimes you feel like a nugget, and sometimes you feel like a 4 for $4. So today McDonald's might get my money, and tomorrow Taco Bell might get it. And so I would never be afraid to share information, because in sharing my information, if that part of the industry does become oversaturated, then someone else is going to share some information with me on something new and trending that I can jump into and keep my value in the industry. And so I always love to share information, because it definitely comes back. And each time I train someone, I get a new student from that training. Like, oh, her training was so awesome. I always get a new trainee from training someone. I always a lot of recommendations. And so I want to give the best foundation. That's really why I do it. That's really my love for it, for teaching.
So if I wanted to learn how to install eyelashes through you, I can either go to some. Well, I would imagine right now you're probably not doing any live workshops, right?
Actually, I haven't been. I've been doing FaceTime, and I am releasing the online version of. I have 2 courses up, I believe, right now: dermaplaning and tooth gems. But in the next, I have some very small tweaks to do to a couple more classes, and they will be up on Face Love University, and that's FACELOVEU for FaceLoveUniversity.com. And so, yeah, I'm going to have, a lot of courses coming out soon, but I am doing live courses in January. And I'm actually taking my price down, because one-on-one training was $850. Group training was $650. I am doing a group training with a practice kit for the month of January. I'm doing actually 5 classes. I will have one in Mount Rainier, Maryland. I will have one in Baltimore, Maryland. One in Damascus, Maryland. On the 17th, Charleston, West Virginia. And then I believe the 24th of January will be Chester, Pennsylvania. And these classes are $350. And so if anyone is interested, please take advantage, because I give so much information in my class. And I've seen courses that charge triple what I charge. They charge $2,400 for the first level, and they don't teach you half of what I teach you. And then they make you pay more to learn the little tips and tricks to make you a good artist. And so in my class, I pretty much give it all, because that's what's needed for foundation, and my prices are going up in January. And so I'm doing 5 courses for $350. They're going to come with a practice kit. And so in the practice kit, you'll get a mannequin. You'll get the 5 practice lashes that go on your mannequin, so that you can practice if you don't feel comfortable doing a live model yet, or if you don't have one. Or say we have to quarantine. Maybe they do that lockdown thing for a week or 2. You'll be able to practice on your mannequin. Then you'll get your Face Love tweezers. I don't know if you could see, but the logo is there on the end. These are the stainless steel heavy duty tweezers. They are $75 on my website. And then we have the Face Love lashes. These are lengths 8mm to 15mm. Not really that long, but you can make a nice set. And then these are the long ones, because I've noticed it's really trending these days, especially with the younger women, to have long lashes. And so these are 10 millimeter to 20 millimeter. I don't know if you can see from the side that they're really
Oh,
long.
the women know the different sizes. They know.
Yes. And so they definitely know the different sizes. And so also with that class, you will receive Face Love Cosmetic Artistry Pro Glue. This glue dries in 1 to 2 seconds, and it is still flexible. On the pack, you can write when you open it, because the lash glue is good 6 to 8 weeks from the date that you open it. So you don't really want to open it if you're not really ready to practice and, do what you do, because it's only good for 6 to 8 weeks. And that's like around the board, for lash glue. It's not like something that, and then a lot of times trainers are not telling their students this. They're not telling their trainees that the glue is 6 to 8 weeks. A lot of up and coming lash artists, either they went to a class and they didn't get enough information, or they're training themselves and they'll call me, "Can I ask you a question?" I'm like, "Yes." They're like, "I did such and such and such and such and such and such. What did I do wrong?" Either you didn't shake the glue, or it's past 6 to 8 weeks old. It's a lot of simple fixes, and the trainers are not giving the trainees the information to be successful. Because if I install a set of mink eyelashes, it takes me 1.5 hours to 2 hours. If I was brand new at it, it could take me 3 to 4 hours. And say I was not trained correctly, and I didn't know that my glue expired in 6 to 8 weeks, and I'm using glue on the 9th week. My client, she leaves, she's happy, she leaves, she brushes her lashes, more than half of them fall off. She wakes up, the other half are on the pillow. So she wants her money back. And all you had to do, and for a classic set, I charge $150. No one wants to give you $150 back once it's in their pocket. And so if you're not trained correctly, you're going to lose a lot of money. It's going to be very frustrating. And you're not going to be successful, because it's going to cost you more than it's worth, because of the small things that you don't know. So that's what I like to impart to my trainees. There are a lot of little things that maybe other trainers don't think it's important to tell you, because I retrain a lot of these big brand companies students, because they come to me, they're like, "Well, I heard you were really good. Can you just come?" And for information only, I charge $350 to tell you what to do with the supplies you already have. It comes with no supplies or anything. You get a Face Love Cosmetic Artistry certificate, and you get a Face Love Cosmetic Artistry manual, and you get me telling you what to do with all of the supplies you already have, because you were not trained correctly in the first place. And so a lot of times women that are already trained will come to me and retrain, because I give the tips and tricks. And that's what you really need to be successful, because anybody can lay a lash.
Right. I'm gonna tell you something, sister. I sit there and watch you put up all those products, and I couldn't help but to think she just came home in 2017. Like, that's amazing. Like,
Mhm.
you may not think so. You may not think so.
You know what? I think so, but I have to be reminded. I do have to be reminded. And so I'm very thankful for the people who are close to me and that remind me that I hit the ground running and that I'm still running, because sometimes I get ideas so quick. I want them to manifest as quickly as I got them, and they don't. And so it gets, I can be down on myself, be hard on myself. And it's only because I'm not looking at the big picture. If I step back and say, okay, well, because I had a totally different logo. I had a totally different brand mission. And so I revamped my entire business. What you're seeing now is the newly revamped Face Love Cosmetic Artistry. I went from Face Love to Lash Guru, then back to Face Love Cosmetic Artistry. And I just started training and doing everything I could so that I could pull it all together, because I don't want to be known for lashes only. Although I love doing lashes, I love teaching lashes, I love a plethora of things. I love doing facials, eyebrows. It's a lot of different things that I love. And so I don't want to get kind of pushed into one area, or people only look for me for one thing, because there are a lot of things that I can do very well.
Right. But right now, the lashes is making the money, huh?
Yes. The lashes are actually popping right now, and the tooth gems are popping as well.
What are those? I'm from North Carolina.
Tooth gems are, I will take a Swarovski crystal and place it on your teeth the way you would like them arranged. They're actually on my page on Face Love Cosmetic Artistry, Facebook page.
Oh, they're on your Facebook page. They're not on your. I gotta go to your Facebook page so they can see it. So how long you been doing that?
I have been doing that. Maybe, how long have I been doing tooth gems? A year and a half. About a year and a half to 2 years. Because I try to, my goal in life is to stay ahead of the trend.
Okay.
So when something comes out and it's popping, I'm already on it. Hey, guess what? Did you know such and such and such and such? Yes, you can go ahead, log on to my website. It comes with the kit, and we can get this handled. You can know how to do this shortly. And so I like to stay ahead of the trend.
Right. When you stated that you went from this to that to this, man, my company changed names so many times. It changed names so many times because you had to find something that was like, yeah,
right, that really, really, really fits.
Right, and so I can understand you going from name to name and brand identity to identity, because what happens is when you first come up with it, you're so excited that you're doing it. You're so excited that you're doing it. When somebody presents you with something, you're like, yeah, because you're excited about what you're doing. But then when you sit with it a while, you're like, I don't know about this one. Like,
right. And plus we evolve. So it may be great for the first 10 months, but then we evolve. We start feeling ourselves and we like, oh, that old thing isn't as cute as I thought it was. Yes, that old thing. There comes, once you evolve, you want, you want your evolution to show up.
Right, exactly.
If you look at all the big brands, even the Facebook icon, it was different when Facebook became Facebook until now. Instagram, everything evolves, and so it's just the evolution of Face Love.
Right. Well, I know you haven't totally evolved yet, but you are definitely evolving.
Thank you.
You are definitely evolving, and that's what I took notice to. Remember, I told you, you and I, we're perfect strangers. We don't know each other.
Right.
We don't know each other, and I reached out to you because I looked at your site, and I'm always about people who are about their business.
Yes.
Like, and you can't talk to me and tell me you about your business.
You can't, because a lot of people can talk a good game.
I need to see it. And what I liked about it, what I saw with you is, whenever I saw Face Love, I saw your logo. I saw you. I don't care what platform I'm on. Whatever platform that I see Face Love Cosmetic Artistry on, it's congruent across the board, meaning it's the same across the board. And then I look at your website, and me knowing what website costs, me knowing how difficult it is to get the website that you actually want and feel, I said to myself, she done spent some money and she done spent some time. Right?
And some blood and some sweat and some tears. We can't forget that.
Right. But that right there, Tamika, lets me know that you were about your business.
Yes.
Right. You about your business. So, And this is, we talked about this before. This is before I even knew the backstory.
Yes.
You came to me and was like, look, I need to tell you something. You like, I went to prison.
Surprises on you.
Right. You like, yeah. I'm like, and what did I say? I don't care.
Right.
Right. That ain't got nothing to do with what you're doing right now. Like, that has nothing to do with what you're doing right now. And
right.
you are, and the whole point behind the BRI is to show Black people that there are other Black people out here just like them who are finding a way to make a way.
And I've trained over 10 women that were incarcerated with me who came to me for training and taking my class. If I really add it up, I don't know how many it is, but I know it's more than 10.
Nice. That's that, and that's what it's really about, though. Like, if you got information that helped you, it helped you. Yes. Why would you want to help somebody else?
Exactly.
You know, like, why wouldn't you want it to help? And that's, once again, that's the purpose of the BRI. Like, you dope, Tamika, just for the simple fact of you came out of jail 3 years ago, or prison 3 years ago, and you are farther along, not in your business, in your brand, than people that's been doing stuff for 10 years. Right? So I want people to see people like you so that they can have inspiration. Yeah, if Tamika doing that, Tamika live right down the street from me. If she doing that, I can do that too.
Definitely.
Right?
You just have to be consistent.
That's what it is.
That's what anything. You just have to keep on trying. When you get knocked down, keep trying. If something, believe me, because communicating with manufacturers, they're awake when we're asleep. And then there's a language barrier. And so I've gotten plenty of products that I felt like did not meet my brand standard. And so I had to lower the price, and sometimes losing money because I didn't do my due diligence to make sure that everything was 100% correct. Or I didn't feel like saying, oh, go back and finish that. Go back and do this. Go back and make that, erase that period and make a space here and do this and do that. This time, every single thing had to be absolutely perfect, no matter how long it took. To get one thing ordered, it would take about 60 days because I had to go back and forth. Your day is my night. My night is your day. So we're going back and forth. We're constantly missing one another. There's a language barrier. So you're like, is this good? No, it's okay. I'm going to make it good. I'm going to retype this. I'm going to show you exactly how I want it. And then, this is how it needs to be. And so they probably got tired of me, but they wouldn't get another order from me unless everything was 100% perfect. Because the last company I dealt with, some things were not on point. And so I had to sell the products for what I paid for them. Because there was no way I was going to represent my brand with a product that I did not feel represented my brand. And so I couldn't charge what I wanted or the market value because I didn't make sure that everything was 100% correct or the way I wanted it to feel good about it and to represent it. Because it has to look good, for me to say, hey, this is my product. You want to try it? Tell other cosmetologists and estheticians. See, I have this facial right here. It's Face Love Cosmetic Artistry. It's a one-time use hydrating rose mask. And it's actually for vajacial. And that's becoming very popular now that Brazilians are becoming so popular that there's a lot of little cosmetic things that you can do to your lady parts. And so I also have,
I'm dark skinned. You trying to make me blush, but go ahead.
I also have a friend, Naja Tyson, Skin by Naj. And so we actually work together on the vajacial course that will be on my website really, really soon. I think it's going to be $37, and it's going to come with each of these. It's going to walk you through a full vajacial service, and you will get Skin by Naj Cherry Hydrating Mask and Face Love Cosmetic Artistry Rose Mask, and that will come with the vajacial online course, and that'll be for $37.
Okay, so you say the word vajacial,
Yes.
and we didn't preface it, we didn't set it up, we didn't do anything, So tell them what a vajacial is.
A vajacial is a facial for your vajayjay.
Okay, and you have a kit, right?
Oh, yeah, that is a totally separate company. But I do
Oh,
have, yes, Face Love Cosmetic Artistry is one company, and Magic Coochie Kits on Facebook, Instagram, and the website magiccoochiekits.com is a totally separate company. And so,
now
you know,
you, you see that comment on the state on the what's name? Praise the
yes.
Lord.
Thank you. Thank
That's my
you.
mom. That's my mama. That's my mama. So,
Love the
but
support. Thank you.
right, she's always in my corner. Like she's always in my corner. But okay, so tell us about your magic.
Magic Coochie Kits. And so
Right.
right now we're running a special. Everything is 20% off. And so we have the Yoni steam seats. There's a large wooden seat that you sit on for the V steam. That is on my website, but that's like $200. I also have two plastic steam seats. I believe they hold up to 300 pounds. One is 110 and one is 150. Excuse me. And then I have this handy dandy sitz bath, and it goes on the toilet seat, and you can steam here. And it's $25. It's on sale right now at 20% off for $20, and it comes with free steam. You poke this part out, sit it in the toilet, and there's like this little bowl. You pour your hot water in there, and you steam it for 15 minutes. You can just sit down and have a wonderful, comforting V steam, ladies, and it's wonderful for self-care. It's great for, it just makes you feel healthy. It's great self-care. It helps your self-esteem. It helps with feelings of inadequacy, low self-esteem. It just makes you feel good when you do it, especially a couple days in a row. It just boosts your self-esteem. It makes you feel good about yourself. Because sometimes, life can be hard and you just get to beating up on yourself. But V steaming, ladies, is something it's the best self-care ever. If you do it a few days in a row, I promise you won't be mad. You'll notice that your mood is up, that you're happier, you feel better. No one can say anything to bother you after you V steam about 3 or 4 days in a row. She can be like, "Oh, Tamika is fat and ugly." And you'd be like, "She is, but so what?" And you'll keep going. Things just roll off. When you really take care of yourself and start using V steam as a practice, it helps you. And I just do not know the science behind it, but I'm speaking from experience.
That's what I was getting ready to ask you. That's what I was getting ready to ask you. The science, like, what are the benefits that you're speaking of? How does those? How does the V steam translate into those benefits? Like, let's say on a biological level, do you understand that, or you just know that it just makes you feel good?
Right. No one told me that it makes you feel good, even in the course that I took, so that I was able to sell these herbs and know which herbs to recommend to who. They didn't tell me this. These are things that I discovered on my own. And so I believe, because I'm a spiritual person, I believe that, the yoni is the portal from heaven to earth. We are bringing souls. This is a very sacred and special place, and it has lost its sacred and specialness in this day and time. And so I believe the steam offering is helping that area to feel cared for, to feel, it's something that we should love, because it is the portal from heaven to earth. And a lot of times with different feminine issues, whether you have endometriosis, PCOS, heavy cycle, light cycle, can't conceive, sexual trauma, things like that, it's looked upon as dirty. It gets on your nerves. It's hard to go to work when you're cramping. You want to just cuss people out. You're not getting along with your mate because you feel some type of way. And so when we think of that area of our bodies, we don't think of it in a positive light. And so we don't give it any good offerings. The only thing we do is try to stop it from leaking.
Mhm.
And so we don't offer it any care. Bee steaming is like a hug for your yoni. It's just like a hug. It's just like saying, "Oh, honey, it's gonna be okay." And so everything needs that, everything. And we as women neglect that part of our body wholeheartedly. We don't even think about it. We don't even think that we haven't offered it anything good, anything loving, anything to help it, anything. We don't even think about it. We're just like, oh gosh, you again, every 28 days. And so I believe this helps to restore the connection, to our femininity, and it's really a self-care, self-love thing. It's not just, and it's a great maintenance thing. It's not if you have BV or if you have a UTI or if you have PCOS. You can have absolutely nothing and everything could be working absolutely perfectly, and it's still a wonderful thing to do. And so a
Okay.
lot of women will say, oh well, this could come out, that could, this is, it's, oh yeah, that's nasty. It's not nasty. It's just something that is maintenance. And so since it's becoming more and more popular, but since people didn't know about it, they're just judging it. But if they ask people who have done it, I haven't heard any horror stories from anyone who's done it. I've heard internet horror stories, and we don't know who is behind those. It could be someone that's losing money from these natural remedies helping.
It's a Russian bot. It's a Russian bot.
Exactly. Somewhere. Yes. Somewhere.
So what made you go? What made you want to go into that business?
Oh, okay. We started. You said what made me
want to go into the Yanni business?
Okay. What made me do it? I actually had uterine fibroids. And so my friends were like, hey, have you tried Yoni Pearls? Have you tried Yoni Sting? I'm like, no, what is that? So they told me what it was. I got some and instantly the cycle was lighter. And it was so heavy that when I was standing up, I had to stand up. I couldn't sit down. I was just afraid to just link or something. And you know how mixing that is. So I was so, I was like, oh, this is lighter. I have to try this. One time. So to this girl right here. And so I
hold up, Tamika. I think your internet just went down. Yeah, I think your internet went down. Let me see if I can get it back. Okay, until she comes back, ladies and gentlemen, you're stuck with me. Tamika Bruce, Faith Love University. Let's see if she's back yet. No, she's stuck. Okay. Very interesting, sister. And you see, oh, okay. She's coming back. She said her phone died. Okay. So very interesting, sister. And it just amazed me. Like the young lady just came home from federal penitentiary in 2017. She has products. She has a brand. She has she's teaching courses. She do like that's how you do it. And when you get your mind set on something, you don't sit around and wait on people to tell you what you should be doing, because your mind is already set on it, so you know what you should be doing. Okay, she's back. Okay. Yeah.
So sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. So we didn't
My
get to
phone
hear
died. I had
anything.
been out running errands and didn't have it on the charger. And so yes, once I realized that, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say we didn't get to hear anything about why you decided to go in the Yanni business.
And so once I realized that they worked, I said, oh, I'm going to sell these because everybody needs to try these. And so now Magic Coochie Kits were born. These are Yoni pearls. There are 3 in each pack. You can use them all 3 at one time, and you can insert them and leave them for 72 hours, or you can use one at a time for 24 hours. Leave it in 24 hours, pull it out, and it's just like a tampon. It has a string on it. And then I have several different Magic Coochie kits. I have also the Yoni Pops, Magic Coochie Pops. They are boric acid. Doctors actually recommend it and deem it as safe. And they're suppositories, and they help with BV and things like that. And then I showed you the Sitz bath. I want to show you how the steam comes. I have 5 different steams. I have disinfecting. See, it comes in a sealed. These are all natural organic herbs. I have disinfecting, which will help with things like BV, UTI, and yeast infections. Then there is cleansing to help with things like PCOS, endometriosis, and fibroids. I have gentle, and anyone can steam with gentle. A 5-year-old, 13-year-old, and if your cycle is shorter than 28 days, you want to use gentle. You don't want to use anything that's going to, be harsh and make your cycle shorter than it is, because it's already on an irregular rhythm. And so then I have cooling herbs, and the cooling herbs are, say you have an active infection and it's itchy, you want to use a cooling herb. Or if you're older and you're experiencing a little heat, you don't want to add heat to heat, or maybe you live in Arizona and you just want me to ship the product, so you might want to use cooling herbs because you don't want to add heat to heat, because then it can be a more miserable experience than enlightening. And we're here to help ourselves.
Enlighten.
Right. We're here to help ourselves. We're not, trying to hurt anything. And so, but yeah, Magic Coochie Kits, they're really they really helped me. I still use them. And a lot of women, they're getting this vaginal rejuvenation service done. And if you steam for 30 days, it will rejuvenate your yoni. And so you don't have to go under the knife. You don't have to have any surgery or anything. And it's much cheaper to steam for 30 days and tighten everything up than have a vaginal rejuvenation. I know I'm special. Help me.
Look, we had this conversation in the green room. We had this conversation.
I can't help
But
myself.
I will say this though. The way you presented it was very professional.
I try. The name is just to get people to pay attention.
Okay.
A Magic Coochie who? So that's just to get your attention. And then there's some very serious, wonderful things going on.
Right.
Yeah, very beneficial. And so, the name is just for the attention. I want people to say, who the what, huh?
Right.
Once you hear that, you want to know what it is. Well, what is it? And so,
right. That's true.
And so, yeah.
So
it started out as like my little side hustle, because I just had to do something. And so now it's growing. Like, I actually have more people on my Magic Coochie Kits page than my Face Love Cosmetic Artistry page. I have about 30.
As it should.
I have
as it should.
300 or 3,400 people on Magic Coochie Kits, and like 32 on Face Love. Face Love got to get his numbers up. Y'all come follow Face Love.
Okay, Tamika, I love this interview. So tell the people where they can get all of your products.
All of my products are on. For Face Love Cosmetic Artistry, I have a lash line. I have so many products that aren't here. I have a lash lifting tint. I have a lot of different, I have the facials, I have the vajacials, I have Face Love Cosmetic Artistry earrings, and the lash trays. They're the bomb, y'all. The lash trays, they are the bomb. And I also have the volume All those are going to be on faceloveyou.com. You're either going to click under the e-course or to the store for e-commerce. And then for Magic Coochie Kits, just like the Facebook and Instagram, it's Magic Coochie Kits with an S.com. That's going to be on Facebook, Instagram, and the website. And so I'm going to be doing some giveaways here really soon. And so if you will go to those websites and subscribe, you will automatically be entered into the giveaways. When you would just have a early start, because that's how I'm going to give away the courses and the kits by email subscription and page likes. So I'll be giving away like 3 items from Face Love Cosmetic Artistry and 3 items from Magic Coochie Kits, because I'll give something to an email subscriber, something to a Instagram follower, and something to a Facebook follower for all for both businesses, for Face Love Cosmetic Artistry and Magic Coochie Kits.
Okay. Well, Tamika, I am honored that you took time out of your busy day to come, grace us at the BRI. I'm honored. I'm proud of you, sister.
Thank you so much for having me, because I just love telling my story, and I just want people to know that you can do it. It's hard, yes, but what worth having isn't hard. So many people try to get me to join network marketing companies. They're like, oh, I see you hustle, join this, sell this, let's that. And I'm like, I can't. I have to build my brand first. And I'm like, right. I wish you would shut up about them stupid lashes. I'm not.
Right.
And they're like, well, you could do this in your spare time. I have no spare time.
Right.
I have no spare time. Building a brand and creating formulas and helping others to build their brand, because everyone that comes up under me, I want them to be doing the same thing in their area. Get you some lash trays, girl. If you're doing lashes, get you some lashes with your stuff on it. It makes you feel good to say, ooh, look at my stuff.
Mm-hmm. But Tamika, what bugged me out when people say spare time, like ain't no time spare. You ain't got no time just left over.
No spare time.
All your time. There's no spare time. There's no time to spare. So, but I can rant on about that because I can talk. But I really enjoyed this interview, and we've been interviewing for an hour. Does it feel like it? Oh, you're gonna send me one of them cups. You sending me one of them cups, and
I definitely will. And just inbox me your address, because I have several ready to go right now, and so get them, get while the getting is good.
Look, I'm gonna be on live interview with somebody else. FaceLove.com. I'm drinking my coffee and my tea. Okay, so before we end the interview, I like that. Before we end the interview, I asked my guests 2 questions. Right. And listen, I told you I want one of those cups. Look at my mama.
Me as well.
But before we
send
do
me the address, they're both coming to your house.
Okay. Before we do the interview, in the interview, I asked my guests 2 questions. And the first question is, what are you doing to push the culture forward?
What am I doing to push the culture forward? For me, pushing the culture forward is going to involve information. I am a Cancer. I'm the nurturer of the zodiac. I am always going to be upfront, honest, and tell people the hard things, and I'm going to give them knowledge. I'm never going to leave anyone worse than when I got there. And for me, that is how I help to push the culture forward, with information, genuine care, consideration.
Okay. My mom says, praise the Lord, amen, God bless you, because she's a Cancer too. That's why she's doing it.
Yes. Never met a Cancer I didn't like.
She's a Cancer as well. And the second question is, I need for you to name me 3 famous Black people, but they can't be athletes or entertainers.
3 famous Black people that are not athletes or entertainers?
Yes.
Okay. I can name. Is Oprah Winfrey a entertainer? Because she's not an athlete.
She's sort of an entertainer, but I'm gonna give you her because she do a lot of philanthropy. I'm gonna give you her because she does a
Okay.
lot of
So yes,
philanthropic
I
work.
would name Oprah because I believe in a time where when we weren't seeing ourselves on television and doing great things and having big money, Oprah was doing all that. So she paved the way, whether people want to give her the credit for that or not. And so,
Right.
number one, I would name. You said they can't be entertainer or athlete. Do they have to be
And
alive
it,
now?
no, 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 no.
Okay. I would name my cousin Henry Louis Gates Jr. He's a professor
Henry
at
Louis
Harvard.
Gates is your cousin?
Yes. My family is from a small town in West Virginia called Kaiser. He's from like the next little town over called Piedmont. He has a book called Color People that's about that area
Yeah.
and those things that went on there. And so yes. And who is another famous Black person that is not an entertainer or an athlete?
Wait a minute, time out. Henry Louis Gates Jr. is your cousin.
Yes.
The guy that be doing all the documentaries,
With
Black
Cornell
History.
West.
That's your cousin?
Yes.
Oh man, I love him. I love him. Every time he did it, I'll never forget. And the information that he dropped was like, yo, and you know, I thought I knew a lot when it came to Black history, but he was
Right.
like, he went all the way back. Man, you gotta tell your cousin he gotta come to the BRI. I know he a big time. I just need to talk to him. Even if he don't come on the BRI, just let me talk to him. Like I
Right.
You know, okay, so you got your cousin, you got Oprah, you got one more.
Okay. A famous Black person that is not
An athlete or entertainer.
actually the entertainer. Barack Obama.
I'm gonna give you that. So
He's not an
So I'm
athlete
gonna
or an
give you
entertainer. You don't have
No,
to
I'm-
give
I'm
me
gonna-
him. I'm
I'm
well
gonna give you that,
within
but
them.
you right because but you know you took the easy way out. But I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that. You took the easy way out. But when you come back on the show, and you are coming back eventually, once you're gonna come back, and I'm saying
I'm going to come back when I sell my company to Target for $15 million.
Oh, definitely come back for that. Definitely come back.
When
But
Face
when you
Love Cosmetic Artistry is a Target brand, then
Tarjay, right?
then I'll be back.
So when you come back, Tamika, you can't use those three people.
Okay.
All right. When you come back, you can't use those three people. And sisters, thank you for blessing us with this interview. Thank you for honoring my request to be interviewed. You are a pioneer. You're inspiration for me, and I've been in business 20 years. I'm like, yo, this is not playing. And I know that the people that watched it, if they're not doing something, then they probably feel bad about themselves because you came home in less than 4 years. You got, you up and running. So I'm like I said before, I am proud of you, sister. I am proud.
Thank you so much.
And keep doing what you do. Just keep doing what you do. And
Thank you.
if you have a new product or a new line or anything that you want to announce and you wanted to get out, just inbox me, man, and I definitely air it on the BRI for you.
Okay, well, I have some great things coming. I will not forget that. Thank you for having me.
Please don't. And look, you have a wonderful night, and tell your manager we got this.
Okay, thank you.
All right, everybody, Miss Tamika Bruce.
Take care.
So, Tamika, stay in the studio until I'm done. Stay until I'm done, okay? I can see you, but stay in the studio. I got to talk to you. So, oh man, great interview. Another great interview. faceloveyou.com for her lashes and Magic Coochie Kids. Me and her, we joked about that in the green room, but I'm proud of her. And yeah, man, we are some talented people, and she is a testament to show you no matter how low you go, if you are determined, you are consistent, and you have dedication, you can accomplish what you will. So let's play some commercials from some other dope people, and come back in and do my outro, and I leave you for the night.
Hey, everybody, this is Arthur Custodio Gomes, and I'm checking out BRI, Black Research Institute, with my brother, Denoris Wilson. So check him out.
What's up? It's your girl Paulette from Suitland, Maryland, and you're watching BRI, Black Research Institute, with my boy, Denoris Wilson. Stay tuned.
And we're back. And thank everyone for watching the BRI. We're here and we're committed to solving the problems. I try to bring you guests who are inspirations to me, and hopefully they'll be inspirations to you. And just to let everyone know, if you put your mind to it, your heart in it, and you're dedicated to it, you can accomplish whatever you want to accomplish. And Black Americans, I need for you to really understand this, because today I thought about this heavy. There's no people in the history of the modern world who has been through such a long period of struggle and oppression as we as Black America have been through. From 1619 up to the present day, we have been fighting. And in the midst of that fighting, through all that discrimination, through all of that injustices and inequalities, somehow, some way, we still found a way to survive, and not only just survive, and we thrive. We thrive. We are dope. And I try with this BRI, the Black Research Institute, to show you how dope we really are. And you're dope too. So I'm going to leave you tonight, as I always do. Stay blessed. Happy holidays. And remember, in order for you to receive a blessing, you must first be a blessing. Peace. What's up, everybody? My name is Denoris Wilson, and I'm the founder, creator, and CEO of the BRI, which is the Black Research Institute, where we're here and we're committed to solving the problems. It's not going to be a long video, something sweet, short, straight to the point. If you are an influencer, personality, content provider, content creator, you have your own show, you're thinking about doing a show, then I'm extending an open invitation for you to come to the BRI and let us broadcast your informational content to a different audience than the audience that you're presently capturing. If you're a small business owner, an entrepreneur, inventor, financial specialist, real estate specialist, health specialist, trainer, fitness trainer, life coach, I'm also extending the invitation to you to come out and let the BRI interview you so more people will know about your product and services. Let's combine the forces of our prospective followers into one network and make history. So we can be reached at dcgrfx@gmail.com, or you can hit us up on our prospective social medias, Facebook and Instagram, username DCGRFX007. I look forward to hearing from each and every one of you. But until then, happy holidays, everyone, and stay blessed. And remember, in order for you to receive a blessing, you must first be a blessing. All right.